everyone out there. Let us know. Can you tell us that you're there? Let us know in the comments. Let us know that you're listening. Who have we got ready to go? Okay, let's jump right in. And we're going to get started with our face paint workshop. So today this workshop is completely free. It's for parents and kids who are safe at home. We're assuming that you're starting from scratch. So we're assuming that anything we talk about tonight with face paint you wouldn't already know. So in which case it just means that I can start from letting you know everything that we know and talk to you a little bit about face painting. So what I have here in front of me, we have a selection of various face paints. We have both over here. These are just our 10-gram palettes. We have lots of different types. This particular one is from Diamond FX, but we do have lots of different types. All the face paints that we sell here at the face paint shop have antibacterial agents built into the cakes. Okay, so all professional face paints, all the ones that we sell here are all completely safe. And they're absolutely non-toxic and they're perfect for face painting at home, at work, in childcare centres, at school, or anything like that at all. So we have a selection of various cakes. We've got these beautiful ones over here, and I've got a couple of larger ones that I'm going to use. I have some water. I have a selection of brushes. And I have what's called some split cakes. This is a whole bunch of different types of split cakes here. And that's primarily what we're going to play with tonight. So let's jump into it. Let's have some fun. Now, normally in a workshop, we would start by teaching you a little bit of brush techniques and some sponging. We're actually going to skip that tonight. And the reason being is because it's kind of boring to watch. I mean, brushwork in particular, what you're learning is things like, different brush techniques, different lines, all that sort of stuff. And it's not all that interesting to watch on a video. So to make this nice and fun, we're going to skip the actual brushes and we're going to skip sponging and we're going to go straight to split cakes, because I think everyone will have a lot more fun with it. Okay, so a split cake. A split cake is any cake like this that has been split up into different colours. Lots of different brands call them different things. You might have heard it being called a rainbow cake or a Euro cake, a one-stroke cake, because it's one stroke to post them all. Okay, there's lots and lots of different options there, but in the end, it is kind of the same thing. It's a split cake. We're going to have some fun with these tonight. So if you have a split cake, please play along. Otherwise, you can just watch. Our website, of course, is thefacepaintshop.com, and you can join in next time as well if you'd like to grab yourself a split cake online. Okie dokie. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up our split cake. I'm going to use some of these colours because I think they're really pretty. This is a brand called Fusion. Fusion is an Australian brand and they specialise in lots of really bright, fun colours. Okay, I'm going to dip my brush over here. This is just water, by the way. So it's nothing special, it's just plain water. Which of course is how face paints are activated. Okay, so I've dipped my brush into the water, I've wiped off any excess, and now I'm going to load up my split cake. Oh, which one should I use? They're all so pretty. So the brush that I'm using is a flat brush. This particular one happens to be a 3/4 flat brush. We also have 1 inch, which will reach all the colours. This particular one is designed to pick up, you know, like 3 or 4 colours or just 3/4 of the cake. Okay, you see that I've now loaded up my colours on the brush. We'll bring that up to be able to show you. And I have all these colours on my brush like that. Now, when you're playing with this split cake, you want it to just kind of, you want it to feel flowy. You know, you don't want it to be saturated. You don't want it to feel sticky. You just want the colours to kind of flow. And the first thing we're going to do is just some boring lines. And you see how easy that is to get such awesome colours coming through. So those who have some split cakes at home, show me your lines. This is a really good practice activity for you to get those lines right up close to each other, but without overlapping. So you're not leaving any white in between, but you're also not overlapping. You're getting all those colours out. So the cool thing about this as well is that if you were to use particular colours, say like this one right here, see, if I was to use my my awesome looking tiger colours here, and if I give my lines a little bit of a cool little flick at the end, and look at that, you've got an awesome looking tiger very, very quickly. Now if I want to, I can stop there, or I can go all the way around. Like so. Then from there, of course, I would then use my solid colours to add in some little details. So I might give a nice solid nose, a nice little cute little tiger nose happening. Bit of a mouth and some whiskers. Nice and simple. Obviously you can go a lot more detailed than that. We can do all sorts of things. We can give more stripes coming down. We can do things around the eyes. There's all sorts of things that you can do, but this is a great starting point. And you see how quickly and easily that was to do. Okay, we'll come back to our split cake over here. I'm going to load up those colours. Now something's happened over here with my split cakes. You see, I've used just a bit too much water and I've made my cakes kind of go a little bit muddy, and then when I paint with it, it's not quite as bright as it could be. There's a really simple fix for that. It's also when you might accidentally bring your cake around the wrong way and oh no, and we've got a mess happening over here. Really, really simple fix. Grab yourself a baby wipe, if you can get baby wipes at the moment, of course. Nice and simple, nice and gentle. And you're not trying to scrape off that layer. We're just nice and simply cleaning it up. And have a look at this. Oh, perfect. Nice and fresh again. I'm going to give my brush a quick clean as well. Just a quick clean though. When I've finished doing all my painting today is when I will properly wash all of my brushes and sponges with a specialised brush soap. But for now, what I'm trying to do is just not make it mucky. So quick little clean like that and everything's all good to go. Okay. So we can see how simple these little lines are. And I'm just going to make a little bit more space over here. And from there, we can also do, we've got our simple lines, and you can see how easy that is to then turn it into a rainbow or anything else that you might want to do. So, working with split cakes is all about your brush. It's all about how you hold your brush and how you turn your brush. Very, very rarely, you would never really turn your brush completely back and forth. So it's almost more like calligraphy as such. So you're going to keep your brush in that angle. And what that means is that you'll get these different colours happening because of the thin or thickness of your lines and of your bristles happening. So if I was, for instance, to draw a straight line with a little bit of a curve, we can see a rainbow happening. If I was to maybe start on a slight more of an angle, bring our brush up and across and then back down again, I'm going to get those that line happening, that shape, just that little bit more effective. There we go, and we've got some really cool rainbows happening. So to turn that into a face paint design rather than just, you know, a line on a page, I would start by doing a big pretty rainbow like this. Like so. I try, to be honest, not to double up like I just did then, but you know. Okay, so I start with a nice big rainbow. And you see how, because I kind of twisted my brush that little bit, or I pointed my brush I should say, I've got this really nice ending happening. From there, I'd grab a sponge, and we might want to add, say, some little clouds in or something to make it a really lovely looking face paint. I'm using blue, by the way, because I happen to be painting on white paper. Normally if I was painting clouds, I'd probably do it in a white, but you're not going to see it. So we've got a cool looking blue happening here. There we go, nice and simple, cute little clouds happening. And then from there I can come in with my little detail brush. And I can add some other things happening. So we might put some, like, say, some little stars over here. We might do some little pretty swirls coming down the face. We might do some little pretty teardrops and things happening. And so forth, and kind of go further with it. But you can see straight away of how quickly and easily that was to have a really effective face paint by using just a line with a split cake. I didn't do anything overly special. It was just a really, really cool, simple little line. Okay. So now that we've done some really simple designs, or two simple designs, a tiger and a rainbow, this is where it gets just a little bit trickier. So I've given my brush a quick little clean up. Who's following along with face paints? Do you have split cakes in front of you which you're able to play? If you don't, jump on our website, thefacepaintshop.com. That's thefacepaintshop.com. We actually happen to have a massive sale happening right now. And of course, we will post everything out to you, and we'll keep everything nice and safe. We can absolutely do it contactlessly, and we can post it all out to you, so you'll be able to play along with our workshops. Okay, so I'm loading up another colour over here now, and this is where it gets us that little bit trickier. Like I was saying, we're going to do basically, I call it a teardrop. I know it's also kind of the shape of a petal and that sort of thing. I happen to call it a teardrop. So this is the shape that we're looking for. See, very pretty, you get all those colours happening. So what I'm going to do is do that for you again from my direction. So I'm right-handed. So I bring my brush on, I keep it on this angle. I bring my brush up, so away from me. I bring it to the right just a little bit because I'm right-handed. And then I bring my brush down. And then the secret, of course, is taking your brush away. It's very, very easy to make a mistake and kind of keep going, and you don't want this tail happening at the end. So I'm going to do that again a few more times, and then I'm going to talk about a few little things that tend to trick people up for this little teardrop. So once again, up, across, and down. And of course we do that in much more flowy, smooth motion so that you do get this lovely little teardrop happening. Now, some of the things that can go wrong, which is super simple and super easy to be able to correct. Here's a few things that might be happening if you're doing this at home. One thing that can happen is forget to take your brush away, which means that then you get this big long kind of tail thing happening. We don't want that. No. Another thing that could happen, which again is really easy to correct, is kind of forgetting that this outside colour, so for me it happens to be blue, you see how I've got blue on the outside here, needs to stay on the outside of your teardrop, which means that when you're painting, sometimes you can forget that, and then your blue kind of crosses across, and we don't want that either. Here, what we're looking for is this beautiful little teardrop, like so. And the cool thing about the teardrop, and I'm just going to pick up another colour again, just so you can see the different things that we can do with it. Is that all the different things that we can then do with this one technique. You'll find that the teardrop is in so many different face paints. It's one of the designs that I use for almost everything, honestly. So we can have this beautiful, as we kind of started doing up here, we can have this beautiful looking flower, and that's going to go all the way around like that. See, nice and pretty. From there, if we wanted to, we can bring it up, give a little bit more texture coming all the way around. I really love doing this particular one as a love heart. We can do that a bit better actually, there we go. There we go, so a really lovely looking love heart. And of course you can also come around just that touch, do this nice little teardrop, and then give it a little bit of a flick coming off. So having a look at these different designs, and this one technique of just this teardrop can then turn into so many different designs. And I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of them for you now. Okay, so we've got that teardrop happening. Is everybody happy with their teardrops? All happy with their teardrops? Everybody got that down? Cool. Okay, so you can see that we can start. I might just do a couple of little teardrops over here. I might do like a smaller one and come down. And then let's see, let's bring it up like this. I'm going to match that on the other side. I'm going to try and do 1, 2, 3, and a little one. And then bring that up and around. Nice and simple, nice and pretty. Yeah, we'll do it down the cheekbone as well, why not? Now the best way, or one of the secrets of face painting, is to place it on the face in the same way that you would put makeup. Now what I mean by that is that generally speaking, on a face, you've got particular parts of the face that are centered and that are focused, and as to where you tend to kind of highlight and put makeup. So the first thing, of course, is that we have this center right here. Now that's a really lovely spot for centering gemstones, designs, sparkles, anything like that. And you'll find that the placement on the face, if you were to put, you know, like a nice little pretty design or anything like that here, it's going to look that much more focused and going to look really, really pretty. So let's just give that. So the same teardrops that we're already doing. And there we go. You see how that actually looks like it's almost a centerpiece? And it's not. It's the same teardrops that we did over here. Happens to be a different color. And of course it's centered and focused right there in that center. And then I'm going to bring this across in the same little swirly things that we did. and you've got almost this crown effect happening, which is really cool. This one is also a nice little effect, so just use the very tip of your brush like that and just dab it. So just like that, using very, very tip of your brush and just dab all the way around. Nice and controlled, nice and neat. And look at that, look how cool that looks. Again, really, really simple things that you can absolutely do at home and that you'll be able to do with your kids straight away. Now with that same technique, I'm just going to add a little bit of extra little pretty things over here. If I wanted to, I might pick up my detail brush here, load up another colour, and just kind of come in and finish it off. So we'll get our little brush. I mean, that looks pretty good as is, and I guarantee that there'll be a lot of kids that are very, very happy with that. But I might come in and say, add some nice little swirls. I like symmetry, so I tend to, if I'm doing a swirl, you'll tend to get the swirl on the opposite side as well. We might come down here and just add a couple of nice little pretty dots and things happening. I wouldn't normally paint directly on the eyelashes or sorry, on the eyelids of a young child. It's completely safe and absolutely fine. So you certainly can. I just wouldn't normally, but having said that, if you wanted to, just to kind of get that real, almost make-up-y effect. And it does look very pretty. And look at that, how cool is that? And that's just the exact same thing that we've already done. Our cool little teardrops happening around here with our split cakes and made it look pretty. Amazing. You can do that, right? Okay. The other one that I want to show you is just something that's super, super popular. Again, I've loaded up my split cakes again, and I'm going to do the exact same teardrop. Okay, these teardrops are so good. They're good for everything. Okay, so a nice big teardrop like this. And on the opposite side, another big teardrop. I'm painting on paper, which means that I'm having to use just that touch more water than I would on skin. But that's all right. Okay, then I'm going to do another one. I'm going to make my teardrop underneath just that little bit smaller. And on the other side, can you see what I'm doing here? I'm going to fill in the gap. And look at that. How pretty and how simple. The thing about butterflies is always try and keep them small. Okay, the smaller something is, the more prettier it is. Look at that, nice and pretty, nice and simple. Now if you wanted to, you could then add more to it if you had time, if you were playing around, if you wanted to, you know, do all sorts of things there. You could add in, you know, like some more details. You could add the butterfly eyes, you know, like these little circle things that butterflies have on their wings. Okay, you could outline it so you do get that really nice looking effect. Heck, you could add shadows and all sorts of things if you wanted to, or you can leave it exactly as that, because that is a pretty cool effect as is. And don't forget to grab yourself some sparkles and put sparkles all over your butterfly. So the cool thing is about the different sparkles that we have, we only sell cosmetic glitter. So all of our glitter is cosmetic only. And what that means is that it's safe on skin. Not all glitter is safe on skin. Some like craft glitter and that sort of stuff, it's made from plastic. It's made from metal shavings. Cosmetic glitter is made from plastic, so it's nice and safe. And of course, if you wanted to, you could also pick up some biodegradable glitter, which we also have. Biodegradable glitter is made from plant film, and it will be nice and safe and it will degrade for you. So how cool is that? Okay, so we've got our awesome looking butterfly. We've done a whole bunch of fun things there. Now I need you to tell me, is there anything else that you would like to learn? Is there anything else that you would like to know? If there's anything at all that we can do, please do let me know. Okay, well that's everything from us for this week. We hope you've had lots and lots of fun. We are thefacepaintshop.com. We're in Wantirna South. And if you'd like us to, we are more than happy to do more workshops. But please let us know. Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed it. Let us know what else you'd like to learn. Is there questions that you have? Do you want us to talk about particular products? You know, what is it that you would like us to go over? We're here for you. So that's thefacepaintshop.com. And we'd love it if you could please grab a kit from thefacepaintshop.com, and that way you can help support a local business. So to everybody here, thank you again. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Michelle. I'm from the Face Paint Shop, and we will hopefully run yet another workshop for you next week.